So that's 2 settlements down. It's another 2 to add to the list. And then we need to clean up some stuff here. So we got to take out these armies. They look like they're supporting each other. They are. What we can do is get some XP on this Necrolord. Why don't we force march him down here? And then he can help participate. I might have him just sit in the settlement to get some replenishment. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, because his troops are kind of low. These guys are kind of low too, though. But let's get items, and then we'll fight. Got items. Let's go attack. So the main army is not particularly scary. The second army, or the backup army, does have a few more units. But melee specialist, war beast, yeah, there's nothing in here that says AoE on it. So I think we're okay. The main guy, I think, was just a melee as well. Flaming attacks, that's fine. Yeah, we should be good here. I got the win pretty easy. I don't think we really lost much. Just maybe less than 100 or something. I can't tell who needs heals or not. There's so many units, and it's hard to see the UI. But anyways, we got it. Let me clean this up. Alright, so some of the units respawn, unfortunately. But that's alright. Now, we could take replenishment. We might need to. I don't know in a while. It's probably okay, though. Yeah, this is the hardest army to fight, and we just wiped them out. There you go. Killed off a bunch of them. Now we are... Oh, we're just going to be short. Do we have our manservant? We do. Crap, man. Yeah, he's literally like an inch short. So what we'll do then, we'll just go fight the army, finish them off, and then we'll take that next turn. Yeah, that's always painful when that happens. What do we do with this army then? I guess they can go south and help. Right, so yeah, let's go finish this army off. Definitely fighting this manually because we want to keep our casualties low. We won't get replenishment for a little bit. Here we go. That should be them wiped out. And we'll take replenishment this time because it's not that much money. We want to move towards... Well, actually, you know what? Yes. We can just go and get some Winds of Magic. Why don't we do that? Because we're still going to be able to reach it next turn. So we'll do that. We'll probably sack it and march past it and have the smaller one take it and get some replenishment. And then we can start attacking these guys down here. On to the Clan Moors fight. So we've got a couple options here. We could take Kratoma, no problem. It's just a matter of which one do we want to fight it with. So this one we'll be able to sack. This one we will not be able to sack. But then we could move this army straight past and take Misty Mountain next turn. But I don't think that's the right call. I think what we should do is just go south. We'll take Death Gorge. So let's go Channel Stance. Here, we'll just come take this one. Should be pretty straightforward. Just gonna auto-resolve it. Man, that hurts. Yes. We got room to sack it, though. And let's see. Yeah, we should be back to full health. Now, the Spike Peak army, we need to figure out what to do. And I think Desolation of Nagash makes the most sense. So we'll come here, take this. We'll move up here, take Nagash Shazar. We'll help with this one if he hasn't gotten it yet. And then later we can move over here. If we're still playing, we can take some Nurgle. Yeah, I think that's the right call. So we're going to force march. Just get as far into here as we can. Yeah, this place sucks to traverse, man. It just eats your movement speed. So we'll come through here, 2 or 3 turns. We'll take Desolation of Nagash, and then Nagash Shazar after. That makes the most sense there. So we've got these accounted for, this accounted for here. We've got an army coming in for these 2. We've got 2 armies up here, which will probably go down here. Yep, so we'll have that accounted for, this coastline. This looks really good. Let's keep moving east. So they attacked us last turn and then ran away. We have 2 directions to go, though. So one ran up here and one ran south. This one makes the most sense. It's a bigger army. I think a little bit more dangerous as well. So we'll go Ash Ridge Mountain. I don't know what this army is going to end up doing, but that's fine. So we can sack it if we put the manservant on. Let's do that real quick. Actually, let's just get items. So let's go take... Yeah, I forgot we were in channel stance, so we don't even need the manservant. That going in a regular stance gave us enough. So we can attack and sack. I think There's nothing in here that's too scary except for this lord with the wind blast. But aside from that, pretty straightforward, so let's go fight it. Here we go again. Looks like we're stuck in the map again. Hopefully we don't die. This game's got some freaking problems. Okay, thank God we were able to get them army lost. So we had to rush everybody in just to slow them down. And a couple of our guys getting, or actually I guess just the necromancer, but he's got healing cap. So that was fun. Yeah, and I thought maybe the wall was causing him to get stuck. No, it's just the game. It's just the terrible code. Terrible pathing, terrible code. So we're just completely stuck. Can't move, can't fly, can't defend ourselves. They're gone. Let's go ahead and sack it for 5 grand. And there we go. So Ashridge Mountains is ours. That pretty much connects this area. So straight down. We're pretty quickly pushing both of these guys out. We got to keep an eye on Zubaran and see where she's going to go. If she tries to push Sump Pit, we'll have to spawn an army there, but it's getting defenders back in it, so it should be okay. And then up here, this is going to take 2 turns, so we'll get some Winds of Magic. There we go, so we're good there. This rebellion does not want to attack, man. I guess they don't think they're strong enough. That's fine. So moving to the east, this is where it could get a little bit interesting. We've got Nakai the Wanderer here. We also need to go down and take Black Forest. So there, he's pretty close though. So it shouldn't take too much of our movement speed. And we need about 75% to get there from the settlement. So if this is like 12% or less, yeah, it's only 6%. So we should be okay. And then we still have to deal with this guy. I had a little thought here. So if it was just this one Stegodon and the Skink Priest, not a big deal. We can take care of him, no problem. But the Stegodon and then all these other ones that are just going to trample, they're going to march in and trample our troops. I don't think they need AoE because these guys are just going to tear everybody apart. So what I did is I hired a separate lord. Just transfer all our troops there. We can handle it much easier with just these two. So we've got literally the only 2 spells we need. So Purple Sun and Spirit Leech, we can, you know, it's going to take a while, but we can do it. Nakai is a massive... I always dread fighting him. He's a massive pain in the butt every time I've played Skaven or, yeah, any of the other ones. So I think this is probably the right call. We'll still use the Worm Slayer, still the same setup. Get 2 Black Periopt, and then we'll go from there. So let's get in there and grind it out. I think these guys we could just back out. I would even prefer it if they didn't show up, but I don't think there's a way to do that. So anyways, I think we're good. We got Briar Sheath on the one on the ground, right? Yep, stock, so we're good. Let's move our reinforcements to make sure it doesn't come in for a long time. So 4 minutes. We still have to deal with them. Get in there. I think they don't really have too much in terms of like ranged anti-air, whatever. So we can go in and melee this one down. And then that'll give us a chance to build up our power Winds of Magic reserve. Go. Smack this guy. We don't need to cast. Have to dodge a few spells, but we should be good. Yeah, this thing is getting chewed up. So he is large. Everything here is large except for some of the infantry. So our Wyvern weapon is going to do really well here. Yeah, look at that. He's already dead. It's like 4 hits. Speed this up a little bit, and then I'll probably grind the rest out, because imagine it's going to take a little while. Okay, we have to take him out. Might Spirit Leech here. He's having trouble catching him for some reason. Okay, there we go. Got him. Alright, what else? Probably go after the units that have ranged first. I don't know what the Stegodon does in melee. 420 damage. Yeah, so it hits pretty hard, but we have a shield. We should be good. We'll come back and get updates once in a while, but I think most of this is just going to be done offline. Nakai is almost down, so if he flees, we'll dive bomb him. But we got plenty of Winds of Magic. We can definitely sustain this for a while. And what else? We've been using our Fire Breath, or Pestilence Breath, to knock out some of the smaller troops. So these guys will be susceptible to Purple Sun, but most of them will not. And what is he down to now? 300 health. Yeah, we got it. And he's dead. So Nakai's gone. We got to worry about the heavy hitter here. Stegodon. Start working on them. Here's the Stilodon or Stegodon something. So that one's done. That's one of the heavy hitters. We'll take out all the small ones. And then we should be pretty much done after that. And they're starting to split up to look for us, which is good. That means we can dive bomb and just start blasting these guys. Yeah, because we have a very, very good weapon to counter this. So as long as we don't get caught by some of their big units. And we have a dragon, so really they technically can't catch us. They can just harass. But yeah, there's another one down. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up. This is not gonna take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. Right, that's the last dinosaur. Yep, so now they just have small and then the Croxagores. So let's deal with the Croxagore first. I think they have 3 of them. And then we'll start nuking these guys. Alright, we got the win. Unfortunately, their units are going to run. We did kill the good stuff though, so no more Croxagores. Assuming we can get these guys before they hit the edge of the map. No Stegodon, no Dinosaur. Yeah, they have nothing. Just infantry at this point. So I'm going to try to get some Purple Suns. As many as we can. Also, we've got plenty of Winds of Magic. We can get some other spells. There we go. Now, we didn't run everybody down, but almost everybody. Actually, only 4 people got out. Four groups. And that's all just infantry. With stuff that we can deal with even a crap stack. So that's not really a problem. That was way easier than I thought. We even did it in under 60 minutes. So anybody crying about, no, the battles go too long. It's cheesy. Well, not all of them. So we'll take that. Nice. So Nakai, we get bonus versus large and melee defense plus 10. That is a massive one. Massive, massive. So what is our defense up to now? 30, but that's just because we have minus 20 from this. Yep, minus 20. So if we take that off, it goes back up to 50. I thought our melee defense was a bit higher than that, actually. But anyways, we have just enough. We have 10%. That's enough to get down to Black Forest if we want to open that war. Or do we have enough to get to Valley of Horns? Because that looks like it might actually be a similar distance. What we could do... Oh no, this guy we just hired, that's right. We have to get our troops back. Or you know what, we could just leave this. This is a pretty good stack right here. And then we can just hire a Necromancer somewhere around here. I'm sure there's... this one, let's redirect this one. Let's have him join, that's fine. Yeah, so this will be a brand new stack then. We'll keep this exactly the way it is. Yes. And then this stack will be fine with maybe another skeleton. That should be fine. I think that's the right call. Let's go finish this off, although we don't need this weapon anymore. It's just going to be causing us problems. So why don't we switch this out? The giant blade. Look at that damage. Man, that's crazy. I'll be right back. Go. Wipe them out. So that should be faction destroyed if I'm not mistaken. Nakai should be gone. Nope. Okay, he's got another army somewhere then. Usually I thought he only had 1, but maybe not. Right, we cannot reach Valley of Horns, unfortunately. So now we got to decide, do we want to come up here? And probably do, actually, because we can get some serious damage done. There's a lot of stacks, and I feel like this duo does pretty well against that. So why don't we go for... We don't need any more Winds of Magic. I guess we could. We go Channeling Stance. But yeah, perfect. So we'll get a little bit of Winds of Magic still. Not quite capped out yet. We'll head up here. We'll take Valley Horns next turn. And... Oh, there's his army. Yep. Not a good one. Yeah, the main one with Nakai in it is usually the scary one. This one's not very scary at all. We should be fine. We'll just start taking stuff over here. And then this army will travel south. That's perfect. Actually, that worked out perfectly. We'll have another army helping here. Let's go ahead and declare war on Grimgore. So we're going to declare war. He's only at war with the guy that we're at war with, so nobody's paying us. Got a decisive auto-resolve, but we're in the thick of all their armies. I see a bunch of them around here, so let's just take it nice and slow. I'm going to put some items. I'll be right back. Easy fight. And I don't think we need to sack here. Let's just occupy.
What do you want? More sleep.
So from here, yeah, I fully expect us to get swarmed with armies. So there's one there. There's another one up here. We still have to move this guy. We could go attack, but then We may not be that close. Actually, maybe. Yeah, we could probably do that because we can't reach this in one turn anyways. So we could potentially attack this, force march back and be a little bit closer and then hit it next turn anyways. That might be the play. Well, the good thing, this guy's in force march, so we just need to win. We don't need to smash them completely and they'll be gone. It's got a lot of heroes in there. So yeah, we'll fight this. That takes 20%. This will probably take another 20%, so we'll be at maybe 40 less. So 60%, be another 20 to get back here, 20% there, and then another 50 move from our force march. Something like that. It's probably not exact, but I think we're pretty close. So let's go ahead and outfit, and then we'll get in there. Here we go. Let's get in there. So this one's an easy one. Right back. Gone. And how much movement speed for this? Oh man, that puts us at 47. That's a lot. Why is it using so much? I guess it doesn't really matter. We have to do it anyways. And then, yeah, hopefully it gives us a little bit more so that we can get there. Let's see what this looks like. They've got level 6 melee specialist, these are all melee specialists, so we can handle all of that. These are always going to be trash units, the WA. Anytime you see a WA, it's all trash. But, you know, they're still decent units when you get them in a mass. But against what we have, it's not going to be good. So we should be 100% fine here. The only thing we might want to go after are some of these big units, like this big the colossal squig. I think if he dies in the middle, it said vortex. So he actually has a vortex spell. We don't want him anywhere near our unit. And then when he dies, yeah, he blows apart. A lot of damage. Don't really want that. I think everything else is fine though. So we'll focus on that. All right, let's kick it off. So we want to get our cav in the back hidden so that they don't get jumped. Got these guys hidden in the forest. We could probably move them back a little. I don't know that it really matters too much though. Yeah, might as well. Let's move them back here. And then we need to get up here and do some damage to these guys. They're all bunched up. Oh, you know what? Let's go after the squig first. And hit him with some spirit leeches. And then we'll bum rush him. Yeah, this guy's mounted, so he should have no problem closing the gap. Let's go ahead and summon some units just to distract. Oh wow. He just one-tapped our entire shield. So let's get back. He got hit hard too though. Yeah, this dragon. Oh, we need it back. Alright. So we don't want to mess with him too much. That's fine. We didn't take any actual damage. And look at that. Can we get a cast on that? Because that's just gonna be literally poetry right there. Look at this. And then we can follow it with a dragon breath as well. So much damage. What did we do? We did 500. We did 52,000 damage. Wow. Yep, I knew as soon as I saw it, I knew that was going to be a good one. We still need to take out that squig though. We'll hit him with a couple more spirit leeches. We need to get our shield back. Alright, we can go harass the archers. They're going to keep poking at us. We'll just smash them. They don't seem to want to fight, or I don't know if they're regrouping. Oh, they're going to do it again. Okay, let's do it again. I'm good with that. Here's another one right down the pipe. Alright, look at that. Probably not going to be another 50k, but what are we at? 80k. So we did about 30k on that. That's not bad. Draw him back. Thing is massive. Yeah, I think as long as we get rid of this guy, our little blob should have no problem handling whatever they throw at us. A couple more spirit leeches. We pick at him a little with our heroes, and we should be able to get him. I'll be back in a minute. He's getting really low. A couple more hits, although he's starting to hit us now, so we got it back. I think we got him right here. One more hit. There we go. Yep, and he's going to explode. Unless he already did. Oh, I think he... I don't know if we got the animation for it, but that unit just went to 3 out of 160. I don't know if we touched it before, so I think it blew up on him. It's kind of funny. This guy's out by himself. He is isolated. Don't ride through an enemy unit, please. Shield. Oh, he did hit us. All right, let's just finish the job. Man, he hits hard. Yeah, these guys hit hard, but they don't have very good defense, it feels like. 38. Yeah, I'm going to clean up some of these. I think this is pretty much done. There's not much they can do at this point. So I'll finish it off. They're gonna let us get another one. Look at that. Disgusting. So much damage. We've done over 100k with this guy now. There we go. Got the win, and we're up to 100 and almost 60,000 because we got another Wind of Death. Killed all their lords, all the heroes, I think. I know for sure we got 2. I think we might have gotten the 3rd one. But we're going to run down as many people as we can. I'll be right back. That is it. These guys are force marched. So even though we didn't clear everybody, they're gone. Perfect. Yep, that's a lot of units dead. So now, oh man, that's not much. It is more than here though, so maybe. Yeah, I think we're gonna be short still, but whatever. Not much we can do about it. We had to take that army out. It would have taken a settlement from us, so I don't know. It's close. We might actually make it. Got a couple more armies up here. This one is unfortunately going to be short. I think even with the manservant. Just double check to be sure. Yeah, look at that. What a shame. And I guess we can get Winds of Magic. Yeah, we'll just put an item on. There we go. So that'll put us at 75. Let's put a Book of Asher on both of these guys, actually. There we go. So plenty of Winds of Magic there. This one, there's no way that reaches. Yeah, that's short. Channel stance. Get some more Book of Asher. There we go. So we'll be almost maxed out. 200 Winds of Magic. That's a lot. Zooming out, I think that's it. Wait. No. This lady needs to catch up. Let's get her moving. Yeah, we can send one this way. We can send one up north. Just go down one to each of the lanes, and then we should be fine. Probably should cancel our agreements soon with these guys so that we can declare war on them without getting hit too hard.
Ready to defend.
So we're sitting on 126,000. That's way too much. I should have been hiring more armies. We could field a lot right now, but that's all right. We'll fix it on the next run. But this one's almost done. Where are we at? Is it worth it? For sure, we should hire another army or two. I'm just trying to think through where we would put it. Yeah, let me look through, and then we'll do the final end turn recap for turn 31. We'll hire another one over here in the far west, because we're going to split off into a couple directions. We probably want to have more pressure going south, since I don't think this guy's going to jump until we get towards the southern part of Ulthuan. So I think another army over here would make a lot of sense. I went ahead and hired that one army, and I put some money back into the economy. Probably won't play it too much past, but just in case we go for a world conquest, I'd rather have it ready. I'm also going to take the Strigoi tier 2, and that's going to give us some more. If you look over here, it's going to give us another +5 here, bloodlines, to our vampiric corruption. And that'll help get our control up a little faster. I should have done that a long time ago, but that's all right. We can hire another Strigoi Lord as well if we need to, but I think for now we're okay. Let's take a look at the end of turn 31 stats. We're at 262. We're short by 10, so we'll definitely get it next turn. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We've got 64k in the bank. We're negative 3,700. Like I said, we could definitely go a lot harder than that. And I think on the next campaign we'll fix it. But let's go ahead and finish this one off strong. It'll be end of turn 31. We'll probably get a couple battles, but then we'll do the next turn and get it done. One of our armies in the north is getting attacked by Crimson Skull. So this should be pretty easy. It's giving us a valiant defeat, which means we're way ahead. Double check and make sure they don't have anything crazy. Nope, just a lot of spell resistance. But no AoE, so we should be good. Pretty easy fight. We just took out the Lord. He went down. Look like the Hindenburg. Right, this guy. Yep, we should be fine. I'm gonna edit this. Took them out, but they respawned. Looks like 5 units, including the Lord. This is actually better, because then when we fight him next turn, he only has, 20 or 30% health. If they hire a new one, we get to start over. But, yep, that should be good. We'll take the money, and I'm assuming he's going to go back in. Here we go, starting turn 32. This should be the last one. So we're going to speed run this one, because we only have 8 settlements to get. so we're not even going to do a full turn, or I don't think we need to do a full turn. So Burning Monolith, this will be our first. Throw some items on. Now, like I said, I might still turn this into a world conquest at some point, but so I'm still going to play it legit and get as good a results as we can, but I'll probably edit a lot of it out. Here we go, settlement down. Got 7 more to go, and we'll just occupy. Moving west, so leaving from Black Rock, we can take Blighted Grove up here. We've got enough to sack it as well. Let's go ahead and throw on some items. We might actually auto-resolve this because we don't have a fight for a while up here. I think we have to travel to get to the next area. Yeah, we don't have anything else to attack, so let's just auto-resolve it. It's gonna hit us pretty hard. Yeah, 1,000 losses. That's alright though. And we'll get a chance to heal, and then we'll be healing for a while. But that's faction destroyed. So Blighted Grove, another settlement down. So we'll send him down to the water and to the west. Same thing here. This army is not needed, so we'll send him south and to the west.
Bring it all to me.
We got a rebellion here. Let's clear them out. Then we can disband. Yep, saves us some money. So that's Twisted Tower saved. Now we gotta keep going west. We got another settlement right here to take. Yeah, this one's gonna make us fight it in person. So let me put some items. What are we looking at? Yeah, nothing particularly scary here, so I'm gonna fight this offline real quick. Settlement down. This one's worth a lot. There we go. Occupy. And that's faction destroyed. Crimson Skull. There's another one down. Here we go. Moving further west. So Dargoth, that's the one we took last turn. We've got these two. We can take Nagarar. And we can't quite reach Black Pillar. So we might want to attack this guy. And then we'll push over here. Take one of these settlements next turn. Well, we would take that next turn. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Fight it. We'll take Nagarar first. Maybe we should attack with this Vampire Lord.
Very well.
He seems fairly strong. The party is not too crazy, but they have a couple good units. Skull Crushers of Horn, that's a tough one. But the rest are not too bad. But yeah, they do have the Legendary Lord in here, so we gotta be a little bit careful. So we're gonna declare war. Let's do it. They have a ally or a vassal or something. Hmong. Yeah, these guys. That's fine. We were gonna declare war on them next anyways. So this is a force march. We take that out. We take the whole army. Let's go ahead and get this guy set up for invis, hiding. Right, and just in case we can't reach that, we can technically hit with this army. So we could just cross. So this army takes this one out and then moves on. And then this one takes this. So just in case we can't reach, either one will work. So let's go ahead and fight it. Man, this Lord is level 18, but just getting absolutely crushed. She's got decent melee defense too, but she's just getting smacked around. Should be down here. There she goes. Yep, pretty easy. So I'm going to clean up the rest. I don't think they really stand much of a chance here. Right, that army is not completely wiped out, but basically wiped out. But yeah, that's right, because he was force march. We also got defeat trait for Valkia. That's melee +4 and armor piercing +20. That's not bad. It's a pretty good one to get. And yeah, look at that. Good thing we looked beforehand, because that could have been bad. So we'll force march to try and get over here close enough. We should be able to get to it next turn if we need it. So there we go. So that means we got to take Nagarar with our solo Dragon Lord. Let's go do that. Put some items on him real quick. So let's go fight it. This person does have some spells, but we're going to be hiding our main troops anyway, so it doesn't matter. The nice thing about this setup is we don't need to use up one of our invis items. So if we need to do a couple battles at the same time, we could do that. I don't remember if we can sack it. It's only a couple... It's less than 2,000, so I'm just going to take it. So that is Nagarar. So that's pretty much it for up here. Yeah, we need this guy to catch up. Actually, did we? No, we just took that settlement. Yeah. So it's going to be a couple turns before we get there. A couple more turns before we get there, but we can clean all this stuff up and then push in the north a little bit later. Right, and then we're leaving Nagarond alone. Cannot reach this one in one turn, so we'll just get some winds of magic. Then over here, they don't have a whole lot of troops to recruit, but when we attack somebody, we'll probably be able to get that. So we can take Bleakhold Fortress. There's only 10 units there. They do have an army. Cult of Pleasure. And I think the goal was to attack up here. Oh, we're just short. Let's see if we can do it with a manservant, because that's really close. Yep, we can hit it. All right, perfect. So we'll take that. Let's go take Witchwood. All right, what are we looking at? Oh man, it's almost 11 grand to sack it, and it's red, so it's not like we want to keep it, but we can loot and occupy still. It'll probably pay us about 6 or 7k. So let me go fight this real quick. Pretty straightforward. Got our death blob. I already sniped all the archers with Wind of Death, and we just clean them up with the blob. There we go. Got army loss. We'll run them down. So there we go, and we do not have room to sack, but we will loot and occupy for 5,700. But not bad.
Everything dies.
Yeah, this was a very nice settlement. It's still tier 3. Now, a bit of a problem here.
What do you want?
So we don't have enough troops to get a full stack. I don't think this army can take on this full stack, because there's a legendary lord in there. A full stack and a partial garrison, and there's another army right here. So I think I'm not going to do that. What I'll do is I'll start the war with these guys, Bleak Fortress. They're not allied. Yeah, they're not allied with them, so that's fine. And then what we can do is backtrack to take these guys out once we get a little bit of XP and maybe some better troops. This is all empty here. Go for the meme build. We'll put accursed armor. It's going to make us super slow, but a ton of, at least we'll have a ton of armor. And then we still hit pretty hard. We can go Fencer's Blade to pick up even more melee defense, or Obsidian Blade to get a pretty high attack damage. Yeah, there's nothing big in the garrison. Let's just get the Fencer's Blade. And then we'll put on the Chalice of Malfleur. And we don't have to go straight in. Well, yeah, we do. I was going to say, we can hire some of these guys. So they have 8 units. We can hire 8. That's perfect. So let's just go in and attack. What in the world does this mean? Gate of Thorns. Alright, so we're getting debuff. Range, speed, weakness to fire. So I wonder if we could do the same thing we did before. So if I just back out and go in, is it going to go away? No, it looks like it's on there for a turn or something. Oh, that's pretty annoying.
Destruction.
Let's just get all the units we can, and we'll go fight it. Good news is, it looks like we'll win the battle. Bad news, we lost pretty much our entire army, except for these zombies. I guess they got distracted. But yeah, we should be able to win this. There we go, we got it. So it wasn't pretty. We'll probably get some of those units respawning. There we go. Created our own corpse pile. So we got 3,000 bodies there. And only 2 units came back. That's not a very good number. Let's see what we can hire. Oh, we can't do anything. But we definitely got a corpse pile there. That was 3,000 bodies. Oh, maybe not. I guess not. So that was Bleakhold Fortress. And I forgot. We declared war on Daughters of Force for that. So we'll continue to push down there in Arnhem, Moonshard. And then by that time, maybe we'll have this guy ready to join up. Right, over here at Ulthuan, we can take either Griffin Gate or Tor Anrock. I think this one's probably the better option. Yeah, it allows us to control a bit more. So let's go take that.
We are in agreement.
Throw some items on. I'll be right back. We don't have any good spells, so we're doing the old good-fashioned scrum. But it's going pretty well. We took out quite a few units already. There we go. They got army lost. So not too bad. We didn't lose a single troop, it looks like. Yep.
Good for nothing.
All right, so we'll take that one.
This better be important.
Got a gold mine, looks like. We'll make good money off that. Let's go ahead and take Tor Elir. Got plenty of room to sack it as well. And this should be pretty straightforward. Here we go. Got army loss. And we didn't have to use our troops. That is the settlement. We'll go ahead and sack. And that actually gave us Domination Campaign Victory. Wow. So 269 regions owned by turn 32. I could have definitely done this faster. I mismanaged the money. Spent it on things that were just not important. But, I mean, overall, this was a very good campaign. I'm just kind of nitpicking. And we could easily turn this into a world conquest. Probably with another 15 turns or so. 15 or 20 turns. Maybe less. Maybe less. Another 10 turns, we would have 469. I think, what is it? 569 is the total in the game. So yeah, probably like 15 turns or so. We can probably get the whole thing done. So it'd be 47. So before 50 is my guess. Something like that. But let's, yep, Domination Campaign Victory completed. So let's go ahead and look at some stats here. So 269, and it said 272. There's 3 in there. Occupy, loot, raise, or sack. So there's a few in there that didn't get counted, or double counted or something. But anyways, yep, so that's fine. If we look at our stats, and primarily we're looking at battles. So 540 battles fought. We fought 491 of them personally, and only 49 auto-resolve. That's 10%, essentially. This campaign took a long time. You could tell I probably sound a little tired now. It's kind of late. I just wanted to get this thing done so I can start editing it tomorrow. But I'm going to save. I'm going to create a save file here. And I might pick it back up to do a world conquest at some point. But right now, I got to occupy it. There we go. Faction destroyed. Illyrian, they're gone. Now what does that say? 270? Oh, and then the 2 that we already own. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Because we start with 2. Yeah, I think if I had to go back and redo a few things, I would definitely make my armies cheaper. So I wouldn't be having stuff like this. This is too much. Don't need 2 units of grave guards. Very rarely do we need that. Mostly just zombies and skeletons. I might not even do the direwolves, to be honest. It is nice to run people down. But I feel like if you're going to do direwolves, it might be better to do like 4 groups of direwolves. 4 units, or 0, right? 1 or 2 is just not enough. It's not enough to swarm, and it's also not enough to run everybody down. But if you have like 3 or 4, I think 4 is probably the sweet spot. You can pretty much run anything down off the map as long as they don't end at the... They don't flee from the edge of the map, right? Then they're just gone. You don't have time. But, yeah, like these Blood Knights, really powerful, just probably don't need them for the most part. Crypt Horrors we need for the siege attacker. The other thing that I messed up on was the leveling. So I would probably go for Children of the Night right off the bat. So at tier 5 we would have an extra 30% XP gain. And we already have the 20% from here. So that'd be 50% on everybody. So that would have made a pretty big difference. We would have been able to get to the Dragon Lord, the zombie dragon a lot faster. And I think that would have made a bit of a difference. So between having more armies earlier on, running a larger deficit, and having, you know, cheaper armies so that we can run even more, I think that would have helped. Army composition wise, I would probably go a few less necromancers, although they're pretty good. Maybe I would do a better job spreading out and getting these the necromancer heroes out there. Do that a little sooner, because if we have 21 of them, actually we haven't hired in a while, have we? So if we look at where can we hire them, probably have a lot of them saved up. Yeah, we have 3, so it's probably been a few turns that I didn't even recruit. So we started recruiting them, if I had to guess, maybe around turn 9 or 10, something like that, and we've been recruiting 1 a turn after that. So maybe we can get that down to like turn 5 or 6 maybe. And then that would help get a few more out. And then instead of Necromancer Lords, I would probably go the Vampire. Yeah, the Vampire Lord is really good in melee, but not completely useless with spells either, right? They've got basically the same spells. Yeah, same spells that the Necro necromancers have. And then we would still use the necromancers once in a while, but maybe keep them in reserve to help defend against rebellions and such. So that might not be a bad idea. I also think expanding in the north was fine, right? We were able to get a bunch of stuff, but this probably wasn't necessary. We might have had a better time expanding east and south faster. So instead of coming all the way up here and taking all this stuff, maybe just go south, take the entirety of this continent, get in here and get some of this, because this is all green, right? Most of this is green. Yeah, not all of it, but most of it. So this would be a really nice area to own. Yeah, I think a lot of the other stuff was done correctly. I think our bloodline was ordered properly. I did mess up a little bit on the economy, so, you know, upgrading the wrong stuff. Should definitely be upgrading things that have trade resources. And then after that, make sure you get stuff that can go up to tier 3 first before you go to tier 2 anywhere else. So like right here, these are all things that we can make good money on. But yeah, if you just upgrade a bunch of stuff to level 2, you don't get any benefit unless it has a trade resource or something else that you can extract. But like a regular, let me see if we can find a regular settlement. So like here, if I go to tier 2, I can't upgrade this any higher until I hit tier 3. The only thing I can do is build the growth building, but most of the time we weren't really upgrading settlements. So I don't think that would have... Yeah, I probably could have gone back and optimized buildings a little bit. I don't know that that would have made too much of a difference though. But anyways, I think if I were to go back and redo this properly, I could probably get this down to like 25 or 26. Turn 25 or 26 for domination. And then a world conquest at like maybe 40. I don't know. That's pretty insane, conquering the whole world in 40 turns. But it might actually be doable with this faction specifically, just because of how fast they can expand, and their lords are really strong. So anyways, hopefully this was an interesting one. Sorry I'm not taking this out to a world conquest, at least not right away. I just did a world conquest with the Skaven, and that was pretty grindy. This one was even worse. This was very, very grindy, just because of the lack of auto resolves. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too, and I will see you on the next campaign. Take care.